It's me, the demon in the walls. Sorry, I meant the monster under your bed. Who knows? But I am back. After hours again now, because I was invested into something earlier. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed the last one. That video kind of went crazy, not gonna lie. We talked for like 2 hours at the beginning, and then like... needless to say, we were, after hours was hitting hard. But we're back again, because that did so well, and I didn't know what else to do at the moment. Because I'm not tired enough yet to sleep. But we'll probably be earlier tomorrow. Excuse me. We'll probably be starting earlier tomorrow. Sorry. For those of you that like long form content and you enjoy making money, you guys can check out my other channel. It's on the home tab at like the bottom of the page. I'll also link it in the description. Between after this is done, like 24 hours after it's done. So like within 24 hours after this is posted, I'll put a link in the description. You guys can follow that. We are just started off the channel here. We only have 2 videos, and then we have one scheduled for tomorrow morning. But that'll be a different journey. If you guys enjoy gaming and stuff, then that's not going to be the place for you guys. But the rest of you that want to learn and enjoy money, then come on over, because we're kicking things off. And yeah, I'm just gonna literally show everything that happens, because no one's really done that. So I figured I may as well. And yeah, there's gonna be a lot of stuff. You know, obviously the more money we have coming in, the better quality things are gonna get. But you know, at the start here, we're working with what we got, and we'll make do. And yeah, 60 FPS also didn't work. It worked for like what, 15 minutes there. Then it started freaking out. And then I think it like literally crashed. But we're still here somehow. I don't know how that's gonna work later, but we won't question it. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy. We don't have a lot planned, because I don't know how long this is gonna go for. But last time we started over, and we started in a witch-infested swamp. And then everyone knows what happened after that, with literally a twerking dragon that disco dances on water, you know? Some weird shit happens sometimes. Are we broken? I can't tell. Give me a moment to see if we're still good, because I'm confused. It's never like crashed like that and then allowed it to keep going. Okay, I think we're good. If it wasn't delayed so long, it wouldn't take as long to figure this out. But there's like, what, 10-second delay? go stream sniping and whatnot. I do have the option to actually turn that higher, but I haven't messed with that too much because I don't know if that's gonna ruin everything or not. But maybe we'll try that for the next one. Because 10 seconds is kind of a long time to be delayed by the time you guys tell me shit. It's gonna be too late usually. But yeah, we literally just set up everything we need. And now we just have to actually build a home. Pretty much. I don't know if we'll make it that far. But the least we can do is chop down trees and have a good time doing it. Everyone enjoyed a game about digging a hole. Remember that like a month ago? Millions of views everywhere. Don't understand how much money that is, man. That is tens of thousands of dollars for a game about digging a hole. So, this is going to be a game about chopping trees. And I hope you guys enjoy it. Ignore that creative world. I should probably just remove that. But it's kind of funny. But yeah, I'm sorry that we're back to the dark square in the corner. It's just, I don't want bugs flying in there. It's also hot. And it's also after hours, so like my eyes are. That guy's a lot of shit. So yeah, this is our vanilla playthrough that we're doing. I can't turn right. Oh, I'm sitting. Obviously, there's some stuff that's not vanilla, but I mean, I have it available to me and it's free, so it's you know, it's vanilla with a little love on top of it. But yeah, we're back. If you guys have any, you know, questions, advice, what you want to see me do, let me know. Even like settings, like if 50% reduction is for some reason hurting your eyes when this is 720p, let me know. I personally don't notice a difference. Aside from things that are far away, like the stuff far away, I can kind of see it looks a little gross. But like, you know, this isn't 8K fucking 100 hertz or whatever. Anyway, we have this guy. I don't have a name for him yet. That's our baby. We did have another baby, but he drowned. Long story short, our baby drowned. And then we also got a cow and a chicken. I should probably get one of those pigs. I don't have any leads left, actually. So yeah, this is about as far as we got last time. For those of you that were around, so we're just gonna see what happens here, just like we did last time. I don't know why you guys enjoyed my brain decaying in real time after hours, but you know, it is what it is. You guys like what you like, you know? Not saying I'm gonna do this all the time, because I would probably die if I did that. Die a whole lot faster than I already am dying. But you know, here and there, I'm open to it. If that's what you guys are looking for. I should also probably get stone. Gonna be honest. As much as I would love to use all my wood, that just doesn't seem very beneficial. It's already gonna take a while. Why should it take even longer, you know? And no, that doesn't mean I'm gonna go dig down and get diamonds right now, because fuck that. I want to enjoy our time, as well as not die. But like, I want to do shit. If I steamroll through everything, I'm not gonna have a good time. Even though haven't done that in probably over 10 years, but hey, you know, it is what it is. Now, we are on an island. There was this pathway here, right? I was gonna say, I don't want to just dig into the island. Okay. The best of wood. Maybe like right here. A little something. I don't know how I would do something, but I'll figure it out. I don't know if that's big enough. And that is why we need stone. Also, I love that shaders is like a thing now, because that's what I've waited the longest for, to be honest, but my god, do torches not do fucking anything. Like, I don't know what kind of vibe they're going for, but like this, that is not 15 like it normally is. That's like 3. You know, it's just, even in like dark areas, it just doesn't look great. That's really the only problem I have, plus the point light shadows. I will turn that on for anyone that doesn't know what that is real quick. Just so you know that you need to turn it off, basically. This setting right here. Doesn't matter what you set this to, there's gonna be these fucking, you see these lines? You can be seeing those lines all the time. Doesn't matter how high you set that to, those will always be there. So until they fix that, don't turn that shit on. But if you're on the Series S though, you can turn everything up, surprisingly. Just turn the resolution down. Which is kinda, it's almost like an emulator, to be honest. I don't know why they allowed that, but I made it 50%. Doesn't make much of a difference. Anything lower than that, you will see a difference, to be honest, but I mean, you know, I keep saying it looks the way it does, and there's nothing you can really do about that. And if you had like an HD texture pack, then it would probably matter, but like default, it's not gonna fucking matter. The pixels are gonna be the same, no matter what. It's not like you're adding more. You're just like cleaning up the corners, basically. And that don't matter. Now, I could be 100% wrong in that, but I mean, with my tests and stuff, it doesn't, I don't notice much of a difference. Like, this kind of looks bad, but I mean, like, it's supposed to look the way it does, you know? I don't know, that's the best example I got for you guys. I don't know why you guys enjoy the after hours stuff so much. I never know what the fuck to talk about. And my brain power is already so depleted. But like, maybe that's more enjoyable, I don't know. Is it more like, is it more real? Is that what, is that why? I don't know. You guys can tell me one day if this does become something that continues. I'm just doing it because that's how YouTube works, you know? Do it once or twice, maybe 3 times. If you do it any more than that, then it's just kind of what you're known for at that point. And yeah, that just doesn't sound like a good time. But I do need to grow, unfortunately. Not to say that I don't want to do this, I mean I do, I'm here doing it, obviously, but we do have other stuff to be doing as well. That usually means it's nighttime. We might die right now. Gonna be honest. But I know damn well if I don't finish these last 4, I'm not gonna remember to do it. But it might cost us everything. At least we took out Slenderman. That was just unnecessary. Okay, I don't care about the dirt though. Yeah, torches don't do much. They look good. They look great, but they don't do much. Should probably be bringing our dragon with us. Because he will protect us. I've trained my dragon. Where this wool comes from, I'm not sure. Is that supposed to be wool? That might be wool that is around him. I honestly thought it was some sort of like, just hard plating. But it might just be wool. He might just be like a cuddly fucking beast. So maybe he won't defend us after all. I hope he does. We kind of need him. Or her. Not sure. Don't know how to tell. I don't want to know how, to be honest. I would, however, like to make some fence. Also, I don't remember where the fuck we got this from. Is that from the portal? Over there? I mean, I'm too fucking scared to go in it right now, but we probably could have broken the world record speedrun, to be honest. Okay, I'm gonna need you to get up, okay? Out. How do I make you stand? Empty hand. There we go. Alright, I'd like to take you to the mines. Can you even walk through all these trees? I hope so. He's gonna eat me if he can't. He can't, the trees are in the way. Alright, you're too big. Oh. You can defend the other species. It's a fucking creeper. Dude. Hey, no way this is gonna turn into like fucking Schizo Minecraft. Schizocraft. I mean, it does have a nice ring to it. I'll make this look nice one day, at some point, maybe. Not what I'm here to do. And I don't know if I've ever talked about this, but how did everyone enjoy the movie? I know a lot of people complain about, like, the way it was paced. Mind you, it was already a shorter movie to begin with, but, you know, the beginning is like, what, 35 minutes or something before, like, anything really happens. But to be fair, and correct me if I'm wrong, but in the movie, I'm pretty sure they spent 3 full days. And if each day is 20 minutes, that would be an hour. I feel like that lines up correctly on why the pacing felt so weird, because they only had 60 minutes to do it. And at the same time, if they got a whole movie in just 3 days, basically, 60 minutes, then, like, you know? I wish I could turn into Lord of the Rings real quick. Anyway, I just want to know people's opinions on that currently. Have not heard much since the initial release. I'm just genuinely curious. But that's my take on it, though, why the pacing felt kind of weird. Like, it was fun, it was cool, there was a story. But it's like, oh no, this thing happened, and then immediately it's like, we need to get this thing that apparently everyone knows about. And then you do that, then it's like, oh no, something else happened. And then kind of like the second fairy tale movie, it just, once you get to the actual climax of it, it just literally basically ends after that. I didn't like the second fairy tale movie too much compared to the first one. It felt so rushed. Like, it felt exactly like what I just said, you know? Oh no, something happened, need to go get something, we got it, oh no, we fix it. We save the day, basically. But like, when all of that happens in like an hour and 30 minutes, is just, it's a bit too much. But also, like, not enough. That's the only way I could describe it. It's too fast, but like, not enough happened. That's why there's like standards for everything, you know? Like, if you want to write a book, you gotta know, like, the way the fucking pages are formed, and how many words, and what fonts, what sizes are just everyone used to. That's a goddamn, I can't speak anymore. But yeah, you get it, you know? Y'all get it anyway, we got the stuff. So we can finish doing everything else. I don't think we ever made a boat. We'll do that after. I'm not too worried about it, to be honest. I am worried about living next to water, though. Like, it looks fucking awesome, and I always love to. But ever since drones became a thing, and the fact they can have tridents, and tridents can just, like, 1 to 2 shot you. It's just, you know, doesn't make it as fun to live next to the water knowing there's death under there, and it's looking at you, but you can't see it right now, but he's looking at you. He's just waiting for his time to peek out. So anyway, we're living on this island here, for those of you that weren't here last time. Because I have a habit of just building in, like, big areas and flat areas, and, you know, on top of mountains and whatnot. And I just need, if I want my builds to look better, I need to start with a smaller area. And this also, like, once I actually got here, this feels big. Like, once we flatten it all down, it's not going to look as big, but, like, you know, this is big enough to do shit with. We just have to learn how to do it right, basically. Because I'm not an architect, you know? I'm also just not good at being creative when it comes to designing things. I'm creative when it comes to, like, coming up with ideas for designs. But actually designing said ideas, I just, you know, I can't do that. Which I'm pretty sure means I have, like, director brain, or whatever they call it. It's like, I make the ideas, but everyone else actually brings it to life, basically. I also don't like how dark it gets at times. Because this already feels too dark for how bright that sun is. Like, I understand it's setting, it's flat, and it's hard to get that right, but I mean, like, that looks so brighter up there than it does down here. Can't hate that, though. Unless you're like a serial killer or something, then I guess you could hate this. But if you're not, you can't hate that, you know? I don't know how you can hate that. It may not be the coolest thing ever, but you can't hate it. Right? With the wind and everything? I don't know. Now, I think one thing I'm also going to do, because we're making adjustments for once, is because we're in a smaller area, I think I'm also going to keep more of the terrain. Because like I said, when we got here and I placed those down, I like to flatten everything. But I feel like that also makes it harder. You know, it's like drawing on a blank page. You're sleeping up. Shit. I don't know who left their dragon here, but can you come get your dragon thing, please? Before it makes babies with mine. Because right now we're 1 for 2 on the babies. I don't think we can handle more babies right now. We're not 2 for 2. But yeah, definitely find out that spot over there. Yeah, I see you, little bitch. And then over here, I don't remember if that really connects to anything. He's gonna drown. And then I actually don't know what's over here. Nothing. So we could have like a bridge or some shit. That looks sick over there. A lot of birch to go around. If only they did what they said they would do instead of just multiply the amount of birches that are around, because, man, I know literally no one likes it, and I understand why they don't, but holy fuck, man. The zebra forest is what it should be called. But I guess they have the yellow flowers now, unless that's just everywhere. But if you're like me and you also like to use birch for charcoal, then you're just good to go. Because that is it's usually what you do in real life if you're in the forest. Get some birch wood. Just... At least he was in the water. I'll be 100% honest, I thought you had to be in the water. But, yeah, I guess this is why they test bombs. in the ocean. So I think because this spot's gonna take a while, we should probably just clear this out first, because this is gonna take a good amount of time. But then we also get some of the wood we're gonna need here to actually make the magic happen. I feel like that was a weird time to pause. Oh well. Also, I'm sure everyone hates these fucking... Are they called dead leaves or fallen leaves? Leaf litter. Neither option. I'm sure everyone hates their fucking leaf litter. But honestly, you know, it's also good fuel. Won't last long, mind you. If you have a lot of it, then who cares? As long as you can keep getting a lot of it. Or else you have entered leaf famine. Somehow. You deforested the entire fucking earth. And didn't even plant anything. And everyone's gonna die because now there's no trees doing the oxygen thing. I'm sure there's a word for that, but I don't know what it's called. So how is everyone doing on this fine Monday? For some of you, it might be Tuesday already, to be honest. What's the future like? Do we have flying cars yet? I mean, honestly, on that topic, we actually do. We're like less than 5 years away from having the first legal flying car that's being mass-produced. I mean, it does work right now, but obviously when you have something like that, it's going to take a while to convince every government everywhere to allow you to produce such a thing, instead of just using it within your property limit. Or whatever. But I mean, I'm excited for that shit. It's probably gonna cost like $30,000, but I mean, until literally everyone has one, then like, you never have to worry about traffic. You just have to follow whatever laws they have in place for that. I assume you're gonna follow like normal traffic, you're just like, you're above the traffic basically. You probably wouldn't be able to go under any bridges though. And you wouldn't be able to go like high enough to like fly over the ocean. Or else the immigrant problem is gonna be a whole lot worse. If people are just flying across the oceans on these bikes, because I'm sure people can just like buy one, you know, figure out how it works and whatever. Which is probably why it's taking this guy so long to actually get the government's approval on it. But I mean, hey, the longer the government takes, the better his design gets. That's something. I just don't even know how the fuck you would convince a government to, like, put in new laws for them, to be honest. But he's trying. No one else is fucking trying but that guy, so kudos to that guy. Unless, like, the government kills him for his information or something, then, you know, not so good. Governments will tend to do that sometimes. Hopefully I'm not fucking next for saying that, to be honest. Please don't. Shaders just became default. Go after the people that know, like, how to build bombs and shit. I don't know how to do that. I could tell you, like, what Pokemon evolves into what, though. I want to say levels too, but, like, after Gen 5, I kind of stopped paying attention. As much as I love that shit, and want to take it too competitive still, I'm also not a nerd enough to be able to tell you every stat. Like, I can't tell you what everything is good at when it comes to Pokemon, to be honest. Aside from the fact that Pikachu fucking sucks. I know it's the one that everyone knows, but Pikachu fucking sucks ass. But yeah, I can't even think of an example. What gen did I start on? I think it was Gen 4. So, like, your starters are Piplup, Chimchar, and Turtwig, right? With their full evolutions, I couldn't tell you what their stats are, other than Infernape just has high attack. But also has, like, no defense, because that bitch fucking just dies to, like, anything that hits him. And then, like, Empoleon, like, I don't know. It's probably, like, mid-range, maybe? And then Torterra would be, like, the tanky choice, I guess. Which is basically what all grass types are anyways, because you just fucking put them to sleep, drain their health, paralyze them, all that shit. That's really all you do. I'm not gonna lie, whatever part of my brain during high school, like, clicked that each Pokemon was basically like its own individual character, basically, like how Warframe, each individual Warframe has its own, like, moves and whatnot, like its own class, basically. Once I treated it like that, it became a whole lot fucking easier to do shit. Which is why I always wanted to get into competitive, but after Sword and Shield and Let's Go, the rest of them have sucked. No offense to Nintendo. Well, actually, all offense to Nintendo. Game Freak actually produces the game. They're doing their best. But Nintendo is not giving them stronger hardware to actually make these dreams come true that they're fucking envisioning. Like Breath of the Wild. Like, that game, fucking awesome. Massive. Looks great. Fun to play. Lot to do. But if that was done on, like, the PlayStation 5 or the Xbox Series collection. It would have been a whole lot better, to be honest. But Nintendo does not like to give people their IPs aside from Sonic and Mario. I think those are literally the... Well, and Pokemon, maybe. No, they wouldn't do that. It's because they wouldn't do that shit. I don't know what else. What other movies have we had and shit? And like cartoons and whatnot. I guess we did have a Zelda cartoon at one point. You guys see the memes for that? I'm sure Nintendo was like, let's never do that again. Well, aside from the rumored Zelda movie that's supposed to be coming out, but I don't know if that's in development anymore, to be honest. I don't know what you guys think about the past 5 years and like video game movies becoming more apparent. Like, we had the really bad ones, like Game On, with all like the comedy stars and whatnot. Then we had like Wreck-It Ralph and whatever, which like paid homage to fucking gaming history and whatnot. But then we have actual proper movies. And honestly, in my opinion, if no one can do what the people over at like the Sonic movies are doing, like if they can't just replicate the fucking formula they have going on, then like no gaming movies are gonna do very well. But if they could do it like the fucking Sonic movies are doing it, bro, anyone would be able to fucking make billions of dollars off of that shit. But only if you can replicate what they're doing, man. I've seen the first two. I haven't seen the third one yet, but I've seen the first two. And I think I've rewatched the first one probably 3 times. Just to, like, jog up on what's going on for the second one. And to this day, those movies still fucking hold up. Some of the jokes get a little old, because it is still ideally for children, obviously. But I mean, you know, if you're able to push past that fact, they're actually not bad. You know, if you're like 60 or something, you probably won't like it, but... I don't know. Always like the power fantasy type of shit. Well, I say that, but then like I've never watched Harry Potter fully, and that's like literally right up my alley. I've seen the first like 2, and then I saw part 1 to the end because my cousin was highly obsessed with that series and that entire franchise. So I was like, yeah, I'll go watch with you. That was a long time ago, man. That was just the first part, too. I don't remember what the fuck happened. But things like that aren't that, I enjoy. Like the Star Wars Jedi games. But I guess mainly the first one. I still have to play the second one. I think that came out like last year. But Fallen Order? Fucking peak. That shit was great, through and through. Everything about it was just awesome. And just kinda reminded me of why I enjoyed playing games as a kid. Mind you, the graphics are a lot better nowadays, so I don't want to go back to those games, but... yeah. It's just, it was formulated in the same way the old games were, basically. That's why I enjoyed it so much. You need to stop fucking spinning around. I know, it's okay. He's probably hungry. He's waiting for this wheat to grow. I just fucked it all up. Way too lucky. But yeah, if you guys haven't played Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, highly recommend that shit. If you're into, like, the story-driven games that, like, they're not too short, but they don't carry on so long, like fucking Persona games. How long does it take to be, like, the average Persona game? That shit's gotta be, like, at minimum 100 fucking hours or some shit. Like, you're never gonna make it that fucking long unless you just genuinely actually love every second of it, basically. Best I can do for that shit is like 10 hours. Maybe 20. That's about it. I can't really make it much further than that. As much as I want to get into those games and I enjoy it, the systems and, you know, the story is pretty fucking dark. And, you know, it's more of, it's like, it's got fun elements while not being just a, you know, the same fucking rinse and repeat happy shit everyone's used to all the time. You know, hero saves the day or saves the world, whatever. Like, it's got, like, more realism built into it in terms of, like, storytelling and whatnot. Which, again, I enjoy those things, but fucking 100 hours plus, man, it's just too long. Unless I actually love it and enjoy it. Then, like, you know, that's how you're able to get those fucking triple digits. But you're not, you know, it's gonna take a couple years to actually get there. Unless you literally haven't left your house since you graduated, then, I mean, you know, good for you, I guess. I'm sure the heart attack is creeping up on you slowly, though. Gonna be honest. May not even be obese either. A lot of people think you just have to be fat to have heart attacks, but no, it's just, that's not how that works. But I mean, hey, you do you. Your life is your life. I will not tell you not to, I guess. I'm not your doctor. And if you're an adult, then I'm literally not you. I don't have to tell you what to not do. That is up to you to decide on your own. Unless, like, you're gonna, like, you know, kill everyone, then, you know, I'll probably stop you at that point. I want to get rid of this too. Now, I'll be honest, I'm not good at designing interiors, exteriors, even like just fucking terrain. I'm just not a designer by nature. That's why we're doing this. Is to have a good time, not die, and also just keep learning. It's a different type of learning that we're doing over on this channel right now, but still learning. And then who knows, maybe I'll be the best builder in the entire world. Or I'll die after like 20 hours and then rage quit. Never want to play again. Who knows? That's what we're here to find out. It is indeed about the journey and not the destination. Mostly because I didn't put a destination into the GPS. But you know. I was about to say, what the fuck's that giant red thing looking at me? But it's just spider eyes. You know, I don't think saying that made it any better. I hope that little creepy bitch doesn't turn around. Backing up needs to be better. Can I run backwards? Can we have, like, omni movement in the cube land, please? Because moving backwards is very slow, and I tend to do that very often because I usually have a shield. Mediation. Also apologize if my throat turns into the Sahara Desert. So for every human day that fucks up my shit. Damn, it's been that long already. Jesus. Feels like we've barely done anything yet. Do I look like a ghost when I do that? I never killed that guy for his lead, did I? Oh, god damn it. I think he's gone now. I gotta remember to do that more often. Unless there's a better way to get them. That's the way I've been getting them ever since the Wandering Trader became a thing. Ever since the Merchant came out of retirement. To wander these lands once again. I apologize for producing natural gases. Diet Coke will do that to you. Sorry, not diet, that's fucking disgusting. Coke Zero. Probably should stop drinking that shit at some point. Gonna be honest. But I think quitting smoking should come first. And that is probably killing me a whole lot faster than Coke Zero is. So just make two, bro. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is why I wanted the light off, so this doesn't have... Yeah, there's not much I can do about that. He might just land on me at some point. The window's the other way. What the fuck do I do with that? Oh, do I have a jar? I don't know where I went now. God damn it. There you are. I'd prefer if you don't die in here, man. I'll be honest. That's the last thing I want. Then you feed the spiders that come around. Can you just, like, go inside this jar for me? I only have 2 hands. How the fuck do I do this with just 2 hands? Just go into the jar, bro. Surely there must be a way to do this. 2 hands. Maybe if I hold it like this. Gonna scare you for a moment, okay? He doesn't give a shit. Trying to help you. Trying to help you, okay? Don't freak out. Don't freak out. Did he kill himself? He killed himself. Did he? Now I'm confused. Maybe he's playing with me. Nah, you're gripping with your toes. You're not dead yet, you little shit. You almost got me for a second, though. Alright, I need you to let go, please. I need you to let go of it. Oh, there we go. So that just happened. It's kinda hard to see. I think I just blinded him. I know you're still alive because you just picked it up with your toes. You're alive. Can't trick me. I'm gonna put you back outside though. You might freeze to death, to be honest, but that's not my problem. I can't believe y'all just let that happen. It's crazy. Anyway, he's outside now. He's probably gonna die, but he was already playing dead, so I think he's just preparing himself for what's to come. It's better than dying in here, though. I'm trying to get rid of the fucking spiders. I don't need the spiders eating fucking enemy. Well, unless they like stay to their corner or whatever, I'm okay with that because they can eat the mosquitoes and then go fuck off after that. But the ones that like to roam around and they get a little too close to the floor, yeah, not the place for you to be, bucko. That's also why I'm never going to California. I know that was something I wanted to do when I was like 14. Just go to California. But like 2 weeks ago, I found out that tarantulas are just like a normal occurrence for people in California, and yeah, fuck that. They may not be like, you know, Australian-sized spiders, but Most of our big spiders are like living on top of trees where you'll never see them unless you're cutting down trees. Or they're living like under giant ass rocks that you probably can't even fucking move on your own anyways. Nothing you have to really worry about is black widows. Because like 80 years ago, they started traveling outside America. Which for Canadians is not good because we are very cold, as everyone knows. Which means those spiders that are used to the heat, like black widows are, that basically just means they would be stronger than the average black widows because they learned how to like survive in the cold, basically, and like kill different animals to survive. But like other than that, you know, giant spiders the size of tarantulas or Australian spiders aren't usually something to worry about. So yeah, if you're ever thinking about going to California, like Los Angeles, because it's just, it seems like the place to go, just remember that you might wake up with a tarantula just in your home. Or, you know, just on the sidewalk as you're walking around. And I don't know about you guys, but I can deal with snakes that are minding their own business. Big or small, I don't care. If it's far away, it's not really gonna hurt me. I don't think snakes are really that fast. But fuck giant spiders, man. Fuck that shit. I'd rather have fucking scorpions. Scorpions can be pretty fucking fast. And they could just paralyze you. But I'd rather just have a scorpion hanging around than I would a giant spider. Like, how do you even kill a giant spider? You can't just, like, spray it, right? It's probably too immune to that. Probably all you can do with the spraying is blinding it. Just pissing it off more. And most spiders don't even have good eyesight anyway, so like that doesn't even, it's not even gonna help you very much. And you can't just burn down your whole house, because that just wouldn't be a good idea. So when you just call the exterminators and they just gas the entire house. Or do you have to like gas them in a way that they're like they fall asleep and then you just like you pick them up with like tweezer or like those like the garbage picker up hand thing, whatever the fuck that's called. The picker upper. I don't know. I don't like big spiders, man. I don't know about you guys. If you guys like big spiders, good for you. If you have like a pet tarantula or something, that's cool, I guess. But don't invite me over, and don't ask me to babysit either. Fuck that. Man, if you have like a pet giraffe or something, then fuck yeah, sign me up. But big spiders, no. Not gonna happen. You couldn't pay me as much as Mr. Beast pays me to make that fucking happen, I'll be honest. That and like skydiving / going on a plane. Like, I'd be more comfortable swimming with a fucking untrained shark for some reason. Although, like, giant squids are also kind of terrifying. That's really about it. Giant spiders, heights, and that's about it. Other than just straight up dying, I guess. You know, honestly, while we're on this topic, I used to say I was arachnophobic, which, you know, I think I am. But I'm pretty sure people with arachnophobia, they get scared from anything that's a spider and or resembles a spider, like crabs, for example. Like, if you have arachnophobia, I'm pretty sure you're also scared of crabs. So I don't think I have arachnophobia. I just don't like big spiders. Because that's, you know, this is just natural instinct. Like, if you see a fucking lion walking around, you're not just gonna walk up and pet the fucking lion, you know? Like, we're just hardwired in our brains to be like, I should stay away from that. Unless you're, like, actually stupid, I guess. But, I mean, you know. Survival of the fittest or whatever. How does it work in nature? The strong survive. The smart survive? I don't know. Not to say that I'm the smartest man alive. I'm very far from it, but at least I know that if I see a lion, I probably shouldn't fucking approach it. Although, to be fair, if dragons were real, I'd probably go up to that shit. That would just turn into like Jurassic Park. Probably if I did that. But if it liked you, that'd be cool. It's like a tank that you can fly. Although I don't know how much a dragon would eat. Humans eat a lot, but you know, a dragon would be very fucking big. Although, to be fair, usually the bigger the stomach, the less often you have to eat. I don't know if it's alligators or crocodiles, but like one of them eats like 3 times a year or some shit. Or even 1 time a year. I don't know, I'm not a marine biologist, bro. I'm not an eologist of any kind. Actually, real quick before we jump back into this, For those of you that were like me growing up and you wanted to like be a video game designer and whatever, here's what I learned. You know, I had all these ideas for games, and I think to myself, this would never work. Who the fuck would play this? And then I remember there's games like Pal World, which is literally Pokemon with guns, but like with everything taken from Arc mechanics. And another game that went completely viral like a month or two ago. And all you literally do is dig a fucking hole in the ground. And that's it. Mind you, there's upgrades and stuff, and it's actually kind of cool, but for someone that wants to design games, don't be off-put because you think no one will play it. If someone can make a game about digging a fucking hole and have that make fucking a lot of money, then like you don't have a problem there. You just gotta get your marketing down and you should be good to go. Find your target audience and whatever. I just came to realize years ago, probably after I graduated, that I'm not smart enough to make games. You know, I tried to do programming. I made a ball move, and that's as far as I got. Honestly, I just couldn't fucking do it anymore. Coding is so confusing. It's like math, but like with words. You know, and like the moment something goes wrong, I'm just like, I don't even know where to begin. If something goes wrong, you know? That was my issue. Now, I did see this one ad. Not a sponsor, because I don't even know the name of the website, but if you guys look it up, if you're into that sort of thing, there was this ad I saw. And it was like, learn how to code, but like the way you learn is kind of styled like playing a game. Like you level up and stuff, and there's bosses you have to defeat and whatnot. There's even like a competitive fucking leaderboard, kind of like how there is in Duolingo almost. So you know, if that's up your alley, I would try and Google that. Kind of look into that a little bit, because it seemed very engaging, and actually, you know, you actually learn things that will actually help you. But if you're just naturally smart and you just want to learn coding, you can probably learn the traditional way. But if you're like an indie guy that wants to get started, this is the best option I got for you, to be honest. Like I said, not a sponsor, because I don't even remember what the fuck the website's called. But I might actually check them out one day. Probably not this year, just because I'm diving into other projects this year, to be honest, just to get my feet off the ground a little bit. But once I have some, like, you know, some income coming in, you know, I'm able to, you know, automate it however amount of a way that I can. That didn't make any fucking sense, but you get it. You get what I'm trying to say. We will figure it out. But like after that's done, or if that fails, I'll probably look into that website a little more. Because like I said earlier, I'm really good with coming up with ideas. I'm not good at actually making those ideas come to life. Like throughout the start of high school till now, I've thought of like 20 different fucking movies, at least 10 different games, even like 5 different just books. Like what the fuck, I'm literally just some dude. And I can just think of like an entire idea for an entire fucking book. but I don't know how to write a book. I'm gonna die. Oh my god. This is what I get for talking about books, bro. This is what I fucking get for talking about books. No one talks about books. You're lucky I have this shit. It's not gonna make a big difference, but it's something. I'm not just gonna restart this time. I must deal with my mistakes from here on out. As is the way of the world. I would, however, like to not die. But I think turning down the FOB helped a little bit. Because I was definitely getting too close before. Oh yeah, I have that shit on. What does it even have on it? Oh, cool. Didn't even know I had that, to be honest. That's how fucked up we were last time. That's why I told you guys I should probably go to bed. Barely remember anything that happened. Aside from the witch swamps and the twerking, disco dancing dragon that's standing on water. Literally not even clickbait, bro. I wish it was. I wish it was. Well, I'm not smart enough to make that shit up, dude. It just literally happens. And that's the joy of making content on this. At least for the old style, which is what I consider my style to be. Because I've been here since it literally came out, pretty much. And this is how videos started, you know? You just do shit. You just go along with it. But I always wanted to do hardcore because I'm always like, it's so easy. But I never actually fucking done it fully. But at the same time, I also want one of those forever worlds because I just never got into them. So then we enter this weird little spot where I belong, where it's like, we do hardcore, but I also want it to be a forever world. And then I also want to do mods and shit afterwards. I'm losing my fucking voice the more I talk. But hey, it is what it is, as I like to say. As of recently, for some reason, I don't know why. Is that a tree on a tree? Are y'all seeing that shit? It's not as crazy as a disco dancing, twerking dragon that's trying to be Jesus. But that is still enough to grab my attention. It is! The fuck? Is that my fault because I planted that shit and like broke everything? It's because of this right here. I see. Okay, I forgot I did that. I'll come back to it. You guys don't have to worry about that right now. Like I said at the beginning, this is vanilla, but I have free stuff that I own, so I'm gonna fucking use it because I own it, and I'd be stupid not to use it. So yeah, deal with it. If you don't like it, go somewhere else, I guess. I'm not here to have that 100% plain vanilla experience. Everyone has done it already. And if you haven't, then what the fuck have you been up to for the past 13 years? Other than like maybe being in a coma or something. A coma. Did I say e-coma? E-coma doesn't sound good. Also, what could this little spot be? Could this be used for something? I don't know, I kind of want to flatten it out because I like to do that for some reason. As you can see. Someone tell me why I do this. Because I don't build in creative mode on super flat worlds. So why the fuck do I flatten everything around me? Like a fucking steamroller. Or your mom, I guess. I probably should have just said your mom instead. Oh well. Anyway, I'm glad you guys enjoy my nonsense late night. Who knows what the fuck I'm gonna say times. It's not something that's gonna happen often, but you know, if you guys enjoy it, I'll do more of it. And if you guys don't enjoy it, I probably won't do much more of it. Unless I personally am having a good time. Then I will always come back and finish it. Like we did with a Prey. I think Prey, aside from Batman Arkham Knight, I suppose, but I think Prey was like the first game in our history that we properly finished all the way through. That's like a proper full playthrough. And I know that's not a good track record, but hey, that's why we're making improvements now. You know? I'm wiser than I was when I was 12 years old. While still making some bad decisions, but I mean, you know, I can only do so much. I'm only one man. One man that learned how to fucking learn everything there is to do for content. Which honestly, I should probably teach that shit, to be honest, because now there's a whole new generation that probably wants to be on YouTube. And I'm gonna just say this right now. I saw some actual... Hold on, I need to take a sip. I should probably be pulling out my water here. Give me a moment, please. Bear with me. But it's gonna be information you want to hear if you're into YouTube. If your throat's drying out, don't drink something with caffeine in it. Alright, that's better. Alright, so I was about to say, I saw some updated numbers recently on how much people make. And now I'm just going to put this out here. It is different for basically everyone, depending on where you're located, what kind of videos you do, how long your videos are, what kind of videos they are. You know, like, it's very complicated to be able to give like a firm answer when it comes to like your exact metric, basically, per 1,000 views, I think is based off of. But I'm gonna lay some numbers out for you guys, alright? For anyone that's thought about making content, or you know, you're passionate about something, or you literally have knowledge about literally anything that not everyone already knows, then you're gonna want to hear this real quick. So, like I said, I saw some numbers recently, and this guy was making probably around like $10 on average. Or sorry, yeah, $10 per like 1,000 views or whatever, something like that. And you know, depending on what you're doing, that could be a lot. That could be not a lot at all. Like for Mr. Beast, he's probably getting $30 or more. But like, you know, if you're getting $10, that's considered pretty good, depending on, you know, where you fall into in the content bucket. But you know, for your average person doing your average video or whatever about like learning how to do something and whatnot, that's like fucking $10,000 in 1 month if you get like 1 million views in 1 fucking month. Now, to some people, that's not a lot of money. That's not enough to really do anything with. But for a lot of people, and especially the younger people, that is literally enough money to jumpstart whatever the fuck you want to do. And that's just in 30 days. If one video got 1 million views, just one video, mind you. Now just imagine if you have multiple videos get 1 million views constantly. That is hundreds of thousands of dollars in your pocket. For what? Making a 10+ minute video? 3+ times a week? Talking about things you actually can talk about? Things you're passionate about? Things you have knowledge about? Things you can teach people? Literally just sitting there for 15 minutes and literally just talking. Some people literally just wake up, go outside, have their fucking smoke and coffee, and just talk for 15 minutes. And those people that are doing that, they're making $10,000+ every month. Just for probably doing something they're already going to do anyways. I don't know about you guys and what kind of lives you have and how rich your families are and whatever, That's not for me to know. But me personally, after getting those numbers recently and just realizing that is the reality that we're living in right now, I basically just called myself 100% a dumbass for listening to anyone else that was like, don't make content. Content is stupid. You're wasting your time. All this and that, Get a real job is probably what people hear the most. Like, bitch, for $10,000 a month, those people telling you that aren't even making fucking $10,000 a month, let me tell you that. So yeah, if you have a passion, or you literally have a phone and a camera and your mic works and you have an internet connection, literally just start recording yourself, man, honestly. Now, there is more to it than that. Obviously, you can't just post a video and expect it to get 1 million views. That's just... You can make a video that will do that. But if you don't know how to, title videos, make thumbnails, even know how to, put tags in your videos and stuff, it's not going to reach the audience that you're hoping for. But that's why I'm starting to feel like I should just be teaching people how to do that. I mean, I know I personally don't have the numbers to show for it right now, because I took a different approach when I was a stupid fucking child, and was like, I don't want to do what everyone else is doing because all they want is money. And I was a dumb child, and I just wanted to have a good time and make people laugh and whatnot. But now that I'm an adult, I've realized that was fucking stupid. Like, how fucking dumb is that? I don't think you guys understand how much money I've lost out on in my life for just one, not having the brain capacity to even realize the opportunities I had. Or over, TikTok, for example. When TikTok really, started taking the internet by storm, I was growing very quickly. I was getting hundreds of followers every fucking day for making 20-second videos and making two a day or some shit. But they hit me up at some point, and mind you, people had millions of followers, famous people, and I only had I think I was around like 5,000 or some shit. Which to me that's a lot because you guys need to. What is that? I'm gonna make that, but then we're gonna come back to that because that's gonna distract me. I think it did just distract me. Fuck. I know. Oh. That's not good. Hold on, give me a moment to TikTok. Okay, there we go. So yes, TikTok hit me up when I had like 5,000 followers. This was like, I don't know, year 3 of TikTok. Because when TikTok first came out, I was like, I don't want it, basically. But they hit me up, and they were like, we want you to make content for the platform, and we literally want to pay you to make content on the platform. Like, TikTok themselves wanted me to work with them. Just like, you know, how PewDiePie and YouTube did some shit together at some point, I think Markiplier too and whatnot. And my dumbass was like, nah, I'm good, because I don't like TikTok that much. And I don't think you guys understand, just off of that offer alone, I turned down millions of dollars every single year. Because I was fucking stupid and said no. Millions of fucking dollars. Now don't get me wrong, that's not going to be like 30 millions of dollars. It's probably going to be like, you know, 2, 3, maybe 5 at most, but that's still more than fucking anyone I know, personally. And I turned that shit down like a fucking dumbass. And that's just off one fucking offer, dude. I've turned down millions of dollars off YouTube because I was a dumb kid. And I was like, I don't want to do what everyone else is doing. I don't care about having all that money because I'm a kid. I don't need all that money as a kid, you know. God, so stupid. And most people around me would be like, you know, don't make content. You know, don't waste your time. Get a real job, all that shit. Like I said earlier. But the fact that I've turned down probably like $8 to $10 million every single year by literally the age of 20. I'm turning 25 next month, so you know, it's been already 5 years since then. It's just that, you know, I don't understand why people didn't just like pull me to the side and be like, you need to literally do nothing else but like master this fucking art form. Pretty much, like, I don't know why no one fucking told me that. Other than the fact that they don't want me to be successful because they tried and they didn't make it or whatever. Like, if that's what you think, then, you know, that's your own fucking problem, I guess. Because, like, I'm gonna take this path, and if I become successful, great. If I fucking die trying, at least I fucking tried. But once I do become successful, it's not like I'm just gonna fucking turn away from everyone. The whole reason why I want to be successful is so I can give back to fucking everyone that's ever helped me. And then some people just look at you and they're like, they don't want you to be successful. Instead of saying you don't want me to be successful, you should be saying, okay, so you don't want $1 million on your table in 364 days then. Like literally on New Year's Eve, you're telling me you just don't want $1 million on your table? Just in the morning when you wake up? You know? I just wish I was wise enough to have understood that even 5 years ago. Because now I understand how much I fucked up by listening to those people and not doing what my heart was telling me to do. But I am also grateful that I still have like 90% of that knowledge retained in my brain still. Which is why I'm doubling down now and I made that new channel and all this and that, you know? I mean, like I said, this channel is not going anywhere, it's always going to be here. And I will try to do what I can to, you know, increase our audience and stuff like that. And try to turn this successful, but it's going to be a lot harder than just taking what I know now and trying again from the beginning, basically. And honestly, being able to do both of them at the same time is kind of enjoyable, I'm not gonna lie. But once stuff does really kick off on the business side of things, then you won't see me every single day over here, depending on how long it's taking, because the first 30 days is going to be the hardest, and the days we're gonna have to just do the fucking most we can. Like, if I can just focus up for 20 hours, that'll go a long way. But once we actually have shit going on, then it's like, you know, we could do it like an hour a day. And still be able to, you know, make a living off of it, basically. But that first 30 days is going to be the biggest thing we're going to have to do. So I apologize if this channel takes a little bit of a backseat during that period. I'll try to not let that happen, but I'm just saying now, if it does happen, I apologize. Just want to say it ahead of time, because I don't know what's going to happen in the future. I would just like everyone to at least have an idea of what's to come. I am genuinely excited though. And now that I'm realizing I could just literally teach the shit that I know as well. You know, it's just, I feel like I have an opportunity right now that I should literally be taking as I'm saying this, instead of doing what I'm doing right now. Because there's a lot of people that want to learn how to make channels. And if I could just get those screenshots of that income stream on like the average, like decently average, I should say, you know. Some people have like $5 per 1,000 views or whatever, but even then, that's like what, $5,000 a month, 30 days? Maybe a little bit more? I don't know. Like I said, I feel fucking stupid for not realizing how stupid it is to not take that opportunity. And the reason why I'm still talking about it now is because you could be whatever age you are. Mind you, if you're literally a child, first of all, you probably shouldn't be on my channel. I appreciate that you are, if you are, but, you know, I swear a lot. I say some things that you probably shouldn't repeat day to day. I'm an adult, and even I shouldn't say some of the things I say day to day. Because let me tell you, I've had some moments where people in a higher position than me would be like, you can't be doing that shit. And I literally just turned around and I'm like, I'm sorry, but it's literally who I am. Like, I understand I have to be professional at times. I understand that. But, like, you know, if I'm not in an interview or in my office or on shift or, you know, whatever, like, I can be in the middle of downtown and I'll say some pretty fucking fucked up shit sometimes. Anyway, point being, if you're a child, you probably shouldn't be here right now. No offense to you, but come back. in whenever the fuck you grow up, I guess. But to everyone else that, you know, I want to say like 16 plus, at least for Canadians, because, you know, if you're not legal working age, you can't make money off of content. You can still make content. I'm pretty sure YouTube's terms say you have to be 13 years or older to actually show yourself on the internet. But I mean, you know, if you're that young anyways, I feel like you shouldn't be doing that anyways. But what you should be doing is literally just taking down notes of everything. So you can you have the best year of your life once you actually start up a channel. But to everyone else that is older, you know, maybe you're just graduating high school, or you're in college, university, or maybe you're literally a fucking grandparent, I don't know. But anyone can make content. Anyone. Like, there's been people in literal hospital beds making content, making tens of thousands of dollars every month. And they're in a fucking hospital bed 24/7. Like, I don't think any of us have a fucking excuse other than the fact that we feel uncomfortable doing it, basically. That's like the only fucking excuse we have not to do it. And that's why I'm not gonna give this up. We've been doing this shit for fucking going on 13 years soon. I'm literally old as fuck. But I also started when I was a kid, so it doesn't feel like I'm old at all. But content-wise, I'm literally up there with the fucking veterans almost. Like, I think PewDiePie is 2 years older than me, just to put that into perspective. Someone like Game Theory, he started in the like super early days. Because YouTube realistically came out in like, well, it came out in like 2000 as like a dating site or whatever, as everyone knows, but it didn't become like mainstream until probably like 2008, 2009. And the super geniuses immediately hopped onto that. But the rest of us, we really only picked it up after like 2010. For me personally, that was 2012. Because I watched a lot of content. You know, I was a YouTube kid growing up. You know, whenever I ate my food, and I'll be honest, and I think this is true for anyone that grew up watching content on the internet, but I'm pretty sure all of us, we eat our meals watching content, and it's hard for us not to do that. Like, it just doesn't feel right not to do that. And if you're someone that does that, you're fucking not alone, man. Even as adults, we're still doing that shit. But now it's turned into more of like a productive thing. Like, now we're eating, but also learning at the same time, you know? Maybe not everyone, you know? Sometimes I'll pull up like some memes or something instead, but usually like when I first hop on, I'm watching some like, you know, entertainment stuff. Good Mythical Morning, Smitty, you know, just to name a few channels that I watch on the regular. But then after I have like an hour or two, that's when I started looking into like, what can I learn? What can I improve upon for quite some time? And then, you know, usually around dinner time, before bed, that's when I'll go back to like the normal type of content, like memes and stuff like that. Or like, you know, people that build cool shit. And I think this is just true for most people that grew up watching content that are around my age. I think we all just kind of do that. Some maybe more than others, but, you know, that's just what I do nowadays. And now that my brain has developed more, I'm actually realizing the benefits and doing that every day. Mind you, there'll be like 1 or 2 days if I'm like super fucking busy, but like, you know, usually I have enough time to eat a meal and watch something. And that's just, I don't know, that's just how I spend my time. My off time. A lot of people consider making content off time too, but once I actually start teaching how to make a channel and whatnot, everything it takes, you'll realize that it's not just all fun and games. Like, we're having fun with games right now, but it's not that easy. As much as I wish it was, it's not that easy. Like, I don't know how many of you can even think of an idea to come up with that could last 60 plus minutes. Just on the fly, you know? Like, I know when I do this series in particular, I don't really have a goal. But at the same time, I've been doing it long enough to the point that I can just start rambling about topics, dude. You know? A lot of people can't do that. If no one's watching them, and they don't have, like, friends around them in the room or something, and they're just, like, all alone, they can't do the same thing I'm doing right now. And I understand that everyone can't do that, but it's also not as hard as you think it is. Like, I literally don't like talking. It's not one of my favorite things to be doing all the time. But when I was a child, I taught myself every single day how to make content, how to be successful making content, how to fucking literally everything you need to know. And it just, you know, still stuck with me. I don't think that knowledge is going anywhere. I just think it's time I actually put that knowledge to use now that I am not a stupid child who's like, I don't want money. Because if you have children and you're like, if they're like, they don't want money, fucking put them on timeout, dude. 10 minutes. 10 minutes minimum. Put them on fucking timeout. Because then they're going to grow up to be like me. It's going to be like 10 years later. They're going to be like, what the fuck, dude? Why didn't I want money as a kid? Now, in my defense, my childhood isn't very great compared to a lot of other people's childhoods. So maybe it was me trying to, like, want everything to be fine in life and just be, like, happy with the small things. But now that I'm an adult, I still say fuck that shit. I could have solved, like, 99% of the problems that I had as a kid if I just wanted money growing up. And you know, to be fair, I did start making content to enjoy content. Like I was trying to say earlier, you know, I watched a lot of people. And I liked watching them, you know? Then I'll go into the comments too and see like how much other people are also enjoying them doing what they're doing. And I was like, yeah, I love that idea of just like being someone people can enjoy watching when they don't really have anything else to do. Or especially on like, you know, their darkest days and their worst days and whatnot, just to have someone to watch that they know will just be available whenever they need them. And I like that idea. But then I always wanted to take it a step further, and I was like, what if I could give back to everyone? And then at some point I was like, what if I just didn't do what everyone else is doing to become rich as fuck and be famous and do my own thing so that the people that do come to me are 100% genuine and they want to stick around rather than me forcing them to stick around. Like you'll notice a lot in this channel, if I do say subscribe to the channel, it really only happens at like the start or the end. You know, I'm not just like hammering that shit in all the time. Back in like 2018, sure, I'd have like lower thirds to like slightly remind people. But like other than that, I never really forced it on anyone, which is why we never grew. Because in my childhood brain, I'm like, everyone knows they can follow. Like, what the fuck? When you walk into a store, it's like, yeah, you could technically buy anything in it. But like, you know, what's another way I could describe this? You go into a store, and this is coming from a guy that doesn't like fish products, okay? So you have like a can of sardines, and then you have like a jar of pickles to choose between, you know? No advertising or anything, just personal preference. I'm probably not going to choose the sardines. But if the sardines had a kick-ass ad and was like, these sardines will cure your cancer or some shit, I probably would buy those sardines every single time I saw them. You know? That's the other best way I could describe what I'm trying to picture for you, paint for you guys here. Because, like, obviously you guys know you can subscribe. You're subscribed to people, you know? I highly doubt this is anyone's first time on YouTube, unless you're literally 90, in which case I hope you have a great day today, and a good night. But the rest of us, we know how to subscribe to people. We've all done it. And I don't know what channel it was on, but it happened sometime this year, in the past 5 months. I was watching a channel for the first time, and I was like, I like this guy's content, genuinely, because I've been, you know, the algorithms are just so much better now. I do find a lot of channels that I'm subscribing to nowadays. But I was like, yeah, I really like this guy. And me personally, the first thing I do when I click on a video I know I'm going to like is I literally like it, and then I put it into watch later, just in case I don't finish it, or just to like remind myself of like who this person was and why I enjoyed them. I recommend you guys do that too, by the way, if you don't do that. I don't know if YouTube tracks watch later playlists or something, but if you guys do have like, I'll make another video about this at some point, but if you guys have like a smaller pool of people you're subscribed to, I'm probably subscribed to hundreds of people because I've had it for 13 years. But if you're subscribed to like 10 people or some shit, put them into watch later. Like just like stockpile your watch later section, because those will autoplay throughout like the order that it's in. I don't know if it'll autoplay 2+ videos in a row. I can't confirm that. But it's kind of like a music playlist. It'll just keep playing in the order that it's in. And that'll feed your algorithm 100% everything you want to see. You know, if you want to learn how to cook the best food ever, or like, I don't know, find your fucking future husband or wife or some shit, go into watch later, stockpile everything you enjoy, and then just watch it all from there, basically. It's like a fucking magic trick to find whatever the fuck you're looking for in life. Anyway. Anyone that hasn't started a channel, I recommend you start it. And I'm going to post a video like this on the business channel. Once again, the link will be in the description after I post this. For those of you that can see the YouTube chat, there is actually a message from me earlier. If you can see that, I don't know if I have to verify my phone number first or not for people to actually see my comments or not, but if you can't see that, just click on that. Because I'm going to be doing my best to teach all of these things, but also staying true to who I am as a person. You know, I am not a university professor by any means, even though I have enough knowledge on YouTube alone to have an entire fucking university class for like an entire year. But that's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to take what I know already and I'm going to turn that into something, because I want literally everyone to be doing this shit, because $10,000 in 30 days sounds like a good time to me. But then I'm also going to show everything that I am learning how to do, just so people can actually follow along step by step on the other channel, because I'm finding that a lot of these people that are coming onto YouTube nowadays, and they're posting all these videos, you know, how to get rich, how to start a business, how to do drop shipping, you know, I'm sure most of you have seen them everywhere. Even if you're not into that shit, especially like, you know, Bitcoin and whatnot. I find that all these people, they already have years and years and years of experience. And I find that like 99% of the time when they're trying to teach you, they're just cramming knowledge into your brain as fast as possible. And, you know, some people give you like 90-day courses, for example. 90-day courses? What the fuck? Like, if it's a 90-day course and how to become a fucking 5 Michelin star chef or some shit, then go for it. But, like, other than that, that's just ridiculous, to be honest. I don't care what you're learning, but 90 days, and that's like, you know, most of the time they're asking 10 plus hours a day too. 90 days. Most people aren't going to want to do that. And then I also realize, as they are explaining things, like I said, they're just cramming knowledge into your brain, but they're not usually showing you anything. They're not showing you their fucking bank statements, usually. They're not showing you their fucking, you know, all the processes they took to start an actual business, you know, how to get a business license, how to actually hire people, how to, you know, all of that shit. They don't show that. And now we have people coming out onto the channels that are doing the same thing, but they're showing bits and pieces, you know, like the YouTube numbers that I saw the other day. 1 million views equal $10,000. Sorry, yeah, $10,000 in 30 days. Those numbers are good. You know, seeing their analytics, seeing how many views they're getting in 28 days and whatnot, you know, that's good information. But that's all they showed. There's so much more information. You guys don't, for those of you that don't make content, you guys don't understand how YouTube analytics work. But there's an entire advanced section that I don't think I've seen a single YouTuber show, that literally shows where people are watching from. You know, it'll tell me your country. Now, mind you, this is if you have enough information. If you have like 5 people come to the channel, you're not going to have enough information in 28 days. But if you have enough people coming in 28 days, it'll give you all this information. So yeah, you can find out what countries they live in. You can find out what cities they live in. You can find out what times they're watching at and what time zones they're located in, so you know the best times to post. You can literally see where they're going afterwards. Like, if you guys are watching my videos and then you do something after the video, I can see genuinely like where you guys are going. Mind you, it won't give me descriptions of exactly what's happening, but it'll be like, you know, they clicked on another video, or they clicked on similar channels videos and things like that. It'll show me gender. It'll show me age ranges. It'll show me what time you guys watch the most, what type of content you guys watch the most, long form, short form, live stream, stuff like that. It literally shows you everything. And I haven't seen a single content creator talk about it. Not one fucking time. If you guys have a video that you've seen someone talking about those advanced details that are on every content creator's YouTube studios, literally put it in the comments, full permission to post a link about that. YouTube link. Has to be a YouTube link. But I haven't seen anyone else do that. And that was the one biggest thing for me that I was like, I need to make this other channel right fucking now. Because I have everything I need to know about YouTube. And I have the genuine knowledge on the bits and pieces of how to start a business, make money online, you know, like I have all the concepts I need. But no one has showed you all the ins and outs. No one has showed you an actual step-by-step with real-time proof happening. Now, some people will say, well, you don't need proof. And I kinda agree with that. Because, listen, I, at the moment, am not credible when it comes to numbers. You know, the numbers I have are nothing that I can give to billionaires or millionaires as like, hey, I can help you. They would look at my numbers and be like, you can't even help yourself kind of thing. But there's also the fact that other people have done it and are doing it and or are about to do it. You know, I don't have the proof now, but I fucking will. And I want people to be able to follow along in that. Because no one's done that yet. And it's going to be for completely free too. Because it's on YouTube. So you guys don't even have to pay for that. We'll probably have like some membership stuff on that channel if we are able to get there. And then, you know, I have some topics I can make courses on and stuff, but there's going to be the stuff that I'm teaching that's going to be completely free. And then there's going to be like, you know, for people that are serious about wanting to actually learn things, then it'll be like, you know, here's the stuff you'll have to pay a little bit of money for to be able to support me to keep doing it, basically. Because believe it or not, guys, I can't make content if I starve to death. You know, I can't make content if I don't have a home to rest at. You know what I mean? That's just the reality at the end of the day. And that's the way it's going to be, but like I said, it's all going to be free on what's on YouTube, so y'all don't have to worry about that. And I'm literally going to show everything. Like I said, if you're not subscribed to that channel and you enjoy people talking, you enjoy learning about things, and you just genuinely want to make money, check out that channel. I got the introduction and then just like a little like 5-minute talking. And then I have another video scheduled for tomorrow morning. That is basically just, it's talking to people that are interested in the topic I'm talking about right now. So if you are interested, check out that video tomorrow morning on the official channel. Like I said, the link will be in the description after the stream is over. But I basically just talk about like what you need to do first. Like literally just the one thing you need to do first before you even think about going into business or making money outside of your job, basically. And then I also just have to emphasize, like, don't quit your job immediately. Unless you want to literally work 20 hours, 6 days a week, do not quit whatever job you have right now. I'm just lucky to be in the position that I'm in because, yes, I do need income coming in or else I just can't pay rent. But I also have a commission-based job, so I get to work my own hours, basically. And because summer is around the corner and I can't deal with heat very well anymore because I get like mild heat stroke and shit, feel like I'm suffocating all the time. It's nice that I'm able to at least like focus on another project at the same time. But because I'm also still with that company, that means I'm also able to talk about and teach about, what they do. And I'm also able to pull in more clients as well with the second channel as well. Because I'd be able to promote what our company actually offers. And then all they have to do is just book an appointment, basically. Which for people that don't know, that's for attic installation. Which literally every house needs it. Every house has it. But throughout the decades, it gets worse and worse and worse, and then people pay more on their energy bills and shit. Or you have the situation like me where it's just hot as fuck in the room all the time. Even in the winter time, it's fucking hot as fuck in here. So I'd be able to also teach about that stuff too, because I'm still with the company. I just am not working the full Monday to Friday, 9 to 5 type of thing until I'm able to get my problems fixed. Because I can do like 3 to 4 days a week, but I can't do, like I can do 5 for like 2 weeks. Third week is when my body is gonna start having a really hard time. And I know for a lot of people, it's as simple as just get up and go. And trust me, I was like that in high school too. But a lot of people gotta remember, I did have that concussion as well during high school, and that's when everything started fucking up, including with waking up and going to sleep. Like, I had such bad sleep problems that only got fixed, like, 2 months ago. And that was what, 2017 is when I got that concussion? And it took me till 2 months ago to finally fix my sleep problems to a point that I can actually sleep at a decent time and wake up at a decent time. That's a lot of fucking years of sleep problems, man. So, if you don't have fucking brain damage and shit, you're probably good to go. But for people in my position, let's say I get like 3 hours of sleep or something, right? And even if I'm like gonna shit my pants or something, I can wake up, but my body doesn't have the physical strength and energy to do anything about it. Like, if I had to shit my pants and I got 3 hours of sleep, I'm probably shitting my pants, because I just simply don't have the strength to get up. And that's probably a deeper health issue, like, besides the concussion. But I mean, I don't know. The front part of your brain is what controls all your motor functions and everything. It's one of the most important parts of your brain, is the fucking front. That's what makes everything happen, basically. On the inside and the outside. So when you fuck that part of your brain up, I think that's why I have a heart problem, because my heart skips beats, and I think that's why I had sleep problems. I almost had, like, epilepsy back during the COVID days. I don't know what the fuck was causing that to happen. I really could look at like TV screens and shit. I have to like look away. Feel like I'm about to fucking puke everywhere. I thought it was just COVID. I don't think you guys were around for that, honestly. The first time I got COVID, before vaccines were a thing, was the one time in my life I thought I was actually like full on, no turning back dying. Because I remember this was back at one of the old houses. I think that's where the Nintendo Switch content started during that era. But I remember sitting on the couch after, picking up this illness, sickness, whatever. And then all I remember is all my energy just left my body completely. I could barely move my arms enough to like drink water, pretty much. And I was just staring. The TV was like off into the middle where the couch was, because it was like a big couch. So I was like on like the left side of the couch, kind of like staring past the side of the TV, like staring at the wall. And I remember this vaguely, which is what haunts me even more, is the fact that I fucking remember this happening, basically. It was like every 20 to 30 seconds, my vision would go dark for about 20 seconds. And that would happen on the dot for the next like 10 hours or some shit. On the dot. Every time. I was even timing it on my phone too, because I was like, this isn't fucking normal. I want to make sure I'm not losing my mind here. And that was the first time getting COVID. And I, in that moment, as that started happening, as I can barely move my body, as I'm looking at the fucking timer on my phone, realizing that this is happening at the same interval every minute, basically. That's when I kind of assumed to myself, I'm going to die on this couch right now. And there is people in the house with me, and they're just all looking at me being like, are you good? And I'm just like, yeah, I'm fine probably. My vision's going in and out. Literally in and out. Like, I don't know how else to describe vision going in and out, but I was literally like fading to black and then like coming back to, even though my eyes were still open. Like, it was fucking terrifying. But like, I didn't have the energy to like turn to someone and be like, call 911, And it was taking so much energy for my brain to even try and process trying to stay conscious, basically. And, I survived somehow. But I think all of those things, with the concussion, the first time having COVID, all the other problems, I think it's kind of stockpiled now that I'm an adult. So I'll be 100% honest and say that I did not plan to make it this far in life, and I did not think I'd make it this far in life. Literally at the start of high school, I was like, if I make it to the age of 18, then I'm probably just gonna die at the age of like 22 or some shit. I just had this like gut feeling for some reason. But now that I've beaten my depression, I'm not fucking suicidal and shit. Now I'm fucking older than I expected to make it already. Now I'm realizing that all these problems I should have been dealt with when they were happening, growing up, after high school and during high school. But I was usually alone half the time, so no one would be able to, encourage me to seek the help that I need. Especially after that concussion, man. I know I talked about that last video, but fuck, if I'm able to fucking sue the doctors that didn't help me properly, though, let's just say starting a business won't be so hard after all if I'm able to do that. I just don't know how I'd go about it because I'm not a lawyer and I don't know what information I need, but I think my story alone should be more than enough. A guy with concussion can't remember what's happening, and the doctors send him home. Like, what the fuck? I know I'm still alive and everything, but I don't even remember being at the hospital. Like, how the fuck was I supposed to remember what they told me? They didn't send me home with, like, a paper. They didn't fucking email me or anything. They didn't send me a text or anything. They just sent me fucking home. I don't even know how I got home. So if anyone knows a fucking lawyer that knows anything about that, let me know, because a lot of things lead back to that fucking concussion in 2017. I know I talk about it a lot, but it's just the honest fucking truth. The only problems I had before that concussion was just being fucking depressed and being an outcast and not wanting to fucking be around anyone. Because, you know, when I was like 12, 13, life just kind of sucked. I didn't really care about anything. Mind you, I still cared about, like, you know, my friends and shit, people that cared about me. But, you know, I wouldn't go out of my way to, like, introduce myself to people. Because I just didn't give a fuck. You know, I was dealing with enough shit that I didn't need a bigger social circle. I didn't need fucking all the drama in my life because I already had so much shit going on constantly. So I just always stayed to my own. But that was really the only issues I had. The sleep problems, I know for a fact I have had since literally birth. Because, you know, my mother was doing drugs and drinking alcohol and shit when I was in her belly and whatnot. So I was already born with some of the problems I still have nowadays. But, like, you know, I was able to focus. I was able to somewhat be happy. Mind you, I was suicidal most of the time. But, you know, when I wasn't, I was able to find happiness in some things. Like the channel, for example, that started during that period of my life when I just didn't care anymore and just wanted to do my own thing and enjoy it, basically. That's why the channel started as a kid. And because, like I said, I just wanted to be like everyone else and make a positive impact in the world. But yeah, like I said, even my grades were good. You know, I've always had a lack of energy. I've always had a lack of energy. Ever since I stopped playing hockey, I just haven't had energy. Which isn't true. I have energy, obviously, because I wouldn't be able to walk and run if I had no energy. I'm gonna take a vape on real quick because I'm talking a lot right now. But as of like 4 years ago, I came to the realization that I do have energy. Because I'm able to walk and stand and run and cook and literally go to the washroom and go downstairs and upstairs and, you know, and whatnot. So that's when I realized, I have energy, but I can't tap into it properly like other people can. You know, when you go to the gym and work out, you're tapping in to that natural energy that we have. And, you know, that's what burns calories, makes you hungry, you know, stuff like that. But I find now, mind you, I'm not a licensed professional, so I don't know if this is accurate or not, but I also found out that the brain also consumes calories. And it really does not take much for your brain to burn, as much calories as if you went for like a 20-minute jog every morning. Like, the amount of stuff I've been learning the past 12 years, I think has just caused my brain to be in this constant state of like hungry for knowledge all the time. And I think this is where a lot of my energy is going, is literally to my brain. That's why, like, I'm able to walk and stand and run and cook and whatnot. Like, I have the energy in my body, but I feel like that's why I can't tap into it, is because it's being, most of it's going somewhere else rather than to my muscles and my limbs and shit like that, where it is for most people, which I guess is a good thing, I suppose, but I need to figure out how to fix that problem, kinda. Because, like, if a bear started chasing me, I probably wouldn't be able to run away for very long, even if I know I'm gonna die. Just because I have that lack of energy. Now, in like a life or death situation, I've been able to react extremely fucking quickly, and have the strength and whatnot to be able to stop whatever situation is taking place. But it doesn't last long. Like, the longest this lasts is probably like 40 minutes, maybe, at most, where I've just been in fucking, caveman mode, fucking dad mode, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Man mode. But I need to figure out where that blockage is coming from. Because, like, even in my speech, there's no energy in my speech half the time. Even when I'm excited about something, Maybe I'll go up like 2 decibels or something, but that's really about it. I'm not like jumping around for joy and dancing and shit. But that also just because, I grew up not giving a fuck, basically. Didn't care about being happy as a child. Wanted everyone else to be happy, but I didn't care if I was happy. Because, like I said, I didn't think I would live this long. It's not even that long. Not even 25 yet. Now, before I continue, before bed here, one final topic that does relate to this, kinda, is because I've lived this long, and I didn't think I was gonna live this long, there's a lot of fucking shit I did to my body that I don't think I can fucking come back from. Like, drinking alcohol every day for 2 days. And I'm not talking your fucking, like, 4% beers or whatever. This was, 40+% vodka and whatnot every day for 2 years straight. Like, I'm pretty damn fucking sure that's gonna fuck me up in the next couple years if it hasn't already. Maybe that's why I was getting sick the past 3 years, because that was after I stopped drinking alcohol. And maybe that's just how long it took for my body to recuperate itself. But then there's also the fact that, I was smoking without a care in the world. I've had some fucking experiences that I have never told you guys before that I probably will at some point. But, like, the worst one I can think of when it comes to smoking is around when I first started. This was in the first, like, couple months during high school. My friend, he would pack my shit for me, and he would put way too much on purpose, because, when most people get too high, you kind of sit there and you can't do much. Some people, they green out, they puke everywhere. You know, they might have like a symptoms of a heart attack, probably. But I skip both of those. I go from being okay to being literally on another planet. And, that went away for a little bit when I was taking some medication for whatever the fuck it was. I don't even remember anymore. But this one time, we smoked in the forest, just sitting down. It was like me and him. There's probably 2 other girls, and then someone showed up like an hour later. I can't remember who it was, but they showed up like an hour later, and we're just smoking. He packs my shit for me, way too much as always, and immediately everything around me started like having like a slow-mo effect, and like everything was echoing. And then he was talking, but it just sounded like the same sentence over and over and over for about an hour and a half straight. Because I was just sitting there in a chair, just fucking gone. But I still have the memories of what was happening. And then, some fucking bird watchers showed up all of a sudden, just walking through the bushes. They just kind of stared at us, and we stared back or whatever. And then, I just kind of zoned out from there, and then we get up. It's getting dark at this point, and we're walking on the path out, and I'm, they're in front of me, and I'm just like, hey, I need to go take a leak by the bushes for a moment. I'll catch up with you guys in like a minute or two. So I walk off the trail, take like 10 steps off the fucking trail to, take a piss. And yeah, I took the piss basically, and then my glasses fell off of my head onto the ground. And then that's when something that's never happened before happened to me. And I don't know what you call it, but I black out, basically. Like, I'm still standing, I'm still breathing, I'm still just staring into this fucking bush right now. But my consciousness has left my body entirely, because all I remember is blinking at some point. I came back to reality. I see my glasses are on the ground, and I can't pick up the glasses because they were too far for me to be able to pick them up for some reason. I don't know why. But I remember just blinking and coming back and realizing I'm still staring at this bush and standing. And then I check my phone to check the time. And I've been standing in this one spot, staring at this one bush for like an hour and 20 minutes. Like, the sun has gone down now, and it's dark as fuck. And I'm just standing here with no memory of what the fuck happened after I pulled my pants back up, basically, and my glasses fell. Like, I saw the glasses fall, and then, everything went dark. But I still stood in the same spot. And that's just one of the craziest things that's ever happened to me, because of just being a dumb fucking teenager not knowing anything. And I just genuinely wish I knew where my soul went, basically, because obviously something happened. Like, if I'm still able to stand, that means my brain is still functioning to hold my muscles in place. Like, there's still brain function happening. Like, I'm still breathing and everything. But like, where did everything else go? Where did my vision go? Where did my senses disappear to? Like, a lot of people, they have experiences like that, and they're like, oh, I saw God or whatever. Or like, I saw death even. But I saw nothing, dude. I got no memory of it. I saw nothing. I didn't feel any different other than the fact that now I don't know where I am, basically. The worst part of that story is the fact I immediately started yelling for help. And keep in mind, I'm only like 10 steps off from the jail, but I just have been wherever I've been for the past hour and 20 minutes, staring at this bush, and the sun's gone, and I don't have a flashlight. So immediately I'm like, help. I don't know how to get out. Then some random old lady just happens to be walking by, like at the start of this trail, and hears me. And she comes over and she's like, follow my voice. And I just come out, I'm like, thank you. I don't look at her in the eyes or anything, and I just struggle along my way. I don't know what happened the rest of that night, to be honest, but it's reasons like that that I regret not being a smarter person during high school and growing up. You know, as teenagers, we thought we knew as much as we needed to know. And then I graduated and I was like, bro, we don't even know how to get a mortgage. We don't even know how to... They never taught us how to set up bank accounts. So a lot of banks took advantage of us. No one ever taught us how to actually, you know, not mortgage, but budget our money, you know. They told us how to get fucking part-time, full-time work, and that was about it, really. And I just regret not being taught more when it came to actual life experiences. And, you know, do's and don'ts, and more of like, why don't? Like, I don't know if you guys see the drunk driving ads, like, as of like the past 5 years, but like, a lot of them now are just straight up showing footage of like people getting hit by cars and whatnot, because people just keep doing it and not understanding the point. Same with cigarettes. Cigarettes are killing everyone, including me, because I am addicted to nicotine. But back in the day, doctors literally said it was healthy to smoke cigarettes. And now doctors have to be like, don't smoke cigarettes. Now we're in a better position to quit in this day and age because we have a lot of technologies and stuff now, and, you know, patches, pills, gums, fucking whatever the fuck you can think of to help quit. But they're also usually super expensive if you're actually trying to quit, because you're not going to quit overnight. And I promise you guys that when I do start to quit, which will be the next soon, I will be showing everything about that, because my entire life purpose at the moment is basically, if I can do it, anyone can fucking do it. Because I'm not special. I didn't come from anything special. I'm literally just some dude. Fucking default settings. Give him the fucking Batman story arc treatment, basically. And, you know, that's how you get me. And I want to take that opportunity to prove a point that you don't need to be a super genius. You know, you don't need to be a fucking coming from a rich family. Hell, you don't even have to know what the fuck is going on. You just need the will to learn and the drive to actually do shit, basically. But, like I said, follow my other channel if you guys see the YouTube chat right now, and also check the description after this is posted if you want to see what's going on with that. I will make updates on this channel, don't get me wrong, but I'm going to keep this as its own separate thing. Like, I literally only talked about this channel in the first 2 videos just for people that don't enjoy just talking. Because I was like, you know, If you enjoy talking and learning and want to make money, this is the channel for you. But if you enjoy long-form content that's like gaming related, check out my other channel. And that's like all I'm gonna talk about until we have some numbers, basically. And I'd bring all of those people here too, but they are their own separate things, two different journeys that I'm on, two different fucking formats, basically. It is still me at the end of the day. Like, if you just genuinely enjoy me for being me, you will also like the well and probably earn some income streams off of it. But for anyone else that genuinely just enjoys gaming, then you're probably not even listening to me fucking rant right now anyway, so you won't even hear this. I do apologize for talking so much again. I don't know where all these topics came from randomly, but that is why you guys liked my other late night stream, is because my brain does its own thing when it's late at night like this. You know, it's kind of just free will mode. Or free country mode. Instead of me just actually thinking about what I want to talk about. Yeah, damn, that was horrible. I'm gonna remind you guys, for those of you that want to make content, or you're kind of thinking about it, or you really know things, like, even if you work at fucking McDonald's, you can start a YouTube channel, okay? For those of you that want to start, just remember, 1 million views, that's like $10,000 in 30 days, man. Just for 1 million views on average. Just one video. Or just 1 million views overall, I suppose, but it's just one video. How many of you could record a 15-minute video once a month, and you're not in the military, and you're not in a hospital bed? Like I said, someone was in a hospital bed and they were fucking pulling in the numbers. So. Point being, none of us really have excuses not to. If you have an internet connection and a fucking phone, there's really no reason why you can't. And to be honest, the way YouTube is right now, the less you know how to do for videos, the more people are gonna like you, to be honest. Like, if you're editing all your shit like a Hollywood movie, people probably aren't gonna like you as much. They might enjoy whatever you're posting, but, you know, YouTube right now is much more of a personal friend-to-friend type of thing, like it used to be when I started as a kid. Which I think is why I'm able to start pulling in numbers again, is because we're going back to where I started 12 years ago with YouTube. It's less about trying to be over budget and produce the best thing ever every single time, and, you know, have every single video go viral. You know, it's less about that and more of like, here's me in real life talking about what I'm thinking of, what's going on, you know. Here's me recording myself doing what I'm doing without trying to be the best of the best, basically. And I'm glad YouTube is going back to its roots like that, because I personally miss being able to do this. I know my audio is not Blue Yeti quality anymore. You know, I know that I don't literally have the studio microphone that everyone had. And I know that I'm literally just a black box in the corner of your screen right now. But I do miss the old days when we could just all get together and fucking just talk about whatever and do whatever. Now, once I have more money and more time, we will do more community stuff because you guys have been waiting long enough for that. Because I think all we really had before was just giveaways and then like Warframe stuff, and then I think it was literally just like the How to Minecraft series. Or I should say my version of How to Minecraft series, because all the popular YouTubers stole it after I literally thought about the idea. They didn't steal it, I just didn't make it already, and I don't have the team necessary to copyright such an idea. But for those of you that remember all the Minecraft YouTubers doing that series, How to Minecraft, I thought about that shit when back in like 2011. Literally when I first started playing Minecraft and I like survived my first night, immediately I was like, this is how you Minecraft. I want to teach people how to Minecraft. So in the future I tried to make a server and stuff. Just didn't really have the friends that were as interested as I was in it. You know, I think we had like 8 people on one of the servers at some point, and everyone would be invested for like, you know, a week or so, and then people would just kind of fall off after that. Little do they know that you can make $10,000 with 1 million views in 30 days. If only I knew that too at the time, and I could have told them all that. And here I am being like, dude, I want you to be in my videos because I have this whole vision I have for like a 20-minute fucking mini fucking like movie thing that I want to do. Or like, I need more friends for the fucking series that I wanted to do, and obviously people were just like, you know, we have lives to live. We can't just do everything you want to do all the time. But haven't I known those numbers at the time, and I told them that, they probably would still be here right now, to be honest. But, yeah. I think that's my rant for the night. I don't think I have anything left that was apparently being waited to talk about. I didn't know I was about to go on a tangent like that for that long. I don't even remember what triggered that to happen, to be honest. If you guys remember what triggered that to happen, let me know, because I'm a little confused on how we got here right now. But hey, it is what it is. That is how my brain works, you know? Think of something, say it. Because if I don't say it, I'm just gonna fucking forget about it. But it also sucks, because once I start going, it just keeps going. Until I literally run out of brain power. Honestly, maybe that'll be my next video on the other channel, is just why you should start a YouTube channel, honestly. Because right now, for people wondering, on that channel, right now we're just talking about the beginnings, you know, what you need to plan for, you know, what you're going to have to sacrifice, you know, how to time management, how to budget, and all that stuff is, you know, just the basic stuff. This is just what we're covering right now as I'm doing it. Literally things like how to maintain a daily schedule and how to set goals, stuff like that, you know, literally basic shit anyone can do. And then after that, because I'm just waiting for my phone plan to come in, and then that's when we will start dipping our toes into the actual business side of things and teaching everything there is to do about it. Now, I'm going to say this to you guys because the other channel doesn't know this yet, but I have been taking shit tons of notes the past couple months, like I did when I first started YouTube when I was 13. Sorry, 12. So I have a lot of fucking information right now on like literally everything there is to like, from like having the proper mindset to making your first couple sales, basically. Like I have all that knowledge written down, ready to go. And I think what I'm actually going to do for like my first like offer, but like teaching people how to make offers sort of thing, kind of thing. Because like I'm gonna have to like make money, obviously, but I'm gonna be showing people how to make money while doing it, basically. So like, you know, if this other channel blows up really quickly, then, you know, a month later I'll be able to like talk about how I did it and whatnot in more detail. But I think what I'm gonna do is I have all this fucking knowledge right now that I feel like I should make like a Google document or even just like a full-on presentation for people for free that they can just study on if they want to outside of my videos, because there's so much shit. Like there's literally pounds of papers I have right now saved up for the past couple months. Like there's literally weight to the amount of papers I have. And I feel like it would just be a waste if I didn't share those lessons that I learned on my own time. But I'm also not in a position to sell that information quite yet, so I feel like I should take the liberty and clean everything up myself and just make it publicly available for everyone if they just want to kind of get like a head start on the whole thing, because obviously I can't show everything 24/7. You know, there's going to be some gaps as I'm doing certain things, but for people that are like hardcore invested into this shit like I am right now, I feel like you guys could probably benefit off of that stuff, so you guys don't have to go searching around for all the information that I have already found on my own time. So if that is something you guys would be interested in by chance, just save this video into your watch later playlist. Also, subscribe if you haven't already, please. Just leave a like just so it's in your liked videos. And then at some point in the next, you know, before Friday, just come back to the video and just leave a comment like, I want that stack of papers that you have or something like that. You know, just comment that down below. I would say do like cheeseburgers or something, but we're not going to do shit like that yet. But for people that are actually invested into that and you've made it this far, or maybe you're just tuning in now as I'm talking about it, just do those things and let me know, because it's going to take probably a week for me to type everything out, maybe even longer, to get all those documents proper. And, you know, you guys have, you know, if you guys want it, you gotta tell me, basically. It'll also be part of the other channel. I just, you know, it's not going to be a priority if no one wants it right now, versus me just showing everything step by step and just kind of explaining things as I go. But yeah, we should be able to start all of that soon. The new channels, like I said, just basic stuff at the moment, things anyone can do. It's not going to be anything too complicated just yet. And this channel is just going to be the series that we have going on right now. So Oblivion, Doom Dark Ages, this, obviously. Expedition 33, we still have to finish. And then we also need to finish Subnautica, because I own Subnautica. Because I bought it, so we need to finish it. Because I never, it's been out for so long and I've never beaten Subnautica one time. I know what happens because I watched Jacksepticeye's entire playthrough. It's been so long since I've watched that series that I forget literally everything. So as I'm playing it, it's like a different experience for me because I don't remember everything that happened. I'll probably remember like towards the end, once I actually get there, I'll probably be like, oh, this is, blah, 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 basically. But yeah, that's what you can expect on both channels for everyone that is here right now on both YouTube and Twitch. Twitch, unfortunately, you won't see any business stuff unless you come over to YouTube. This is very much a YouTube exclusive thing at the moment until I have enough space to show you like a whiteboard and whatnot, and like actually teach Twitch live. But at the same time, I also just don't have the equipment necessary to make that happen because I can 100% guarantee no one wants to hear me teach things with the mic quality that I have right now. Like, you guys would lose your minds if I tried to do that. But yeah, that's what you can expect. Both channels. For anyone curious. And I'll be honest, I'm probably going to continue this series a bit more, too. Like, we have all the other series we're doing as well. But I feel like this series in particular just gives me a moment to just talk about all the updates going on and just talk to you guys instead of trying to and be super entertaining and skillful and try-hardy and whatnot. This gives me a chance to slow down and be more human with you guys, which I don't think you guys mind. Our last video did very well compared to the past 7, I want to say. And even you guys watching right now, you guys are still sticking around. I don't know if you guys have fallen asleep or have had heart attacks, or you just are genuinely liking to watch a black box drill knowledge into your brain randomly instead of chopping down trees and building a house. But yeah, that is all the information I have from today and the past 2 days, I think. I think that was the last time we uploaded, it was 2 days ago. I think it was Friday. It's either Friday or Saturday when we did the after hours. And then I took some time away to learn some more stuff because I started learning more over the weekend about like how the YouTube changes have affected everything. As you can see from my most recent videos basically on this channel since the Doom video, I'm pretty sure. Or even the first Minecraft video that we did last week. So I'm putting that knowledge to use. And clearly, it's making a difference. I just wish the tables haven't turned the way they have, because the past 3 years I was the one not talking. But now that I'm talking, now you guys aren't talking. But I mean, I've been doing it for long enough. Like I said, I'm just able to ramble. And I understand most people can't do that. And I appreciate you guys for allowing me to talk to you. I just wish you guys would be a little more engaged. But that's partly my fault, you know. I'm not asking you guys to click like on every video. I'm not asking you to subscribe in every video. Hell, I don't even ask you guys to fucking stick around till the end of videos, to be honest. which is why a lot of people miss conversations like this where I'm just spilling knowledge for anyone that has their hands out for it. But I will get better at it. It's not about the destination, it's about the journey. Unless I die during the journey, then I guess it was all for fucking nothing at that point, and every single one of you better carry on this legacy, please. Change the world for me if I die soon. Just clearly go back to my old videos and just kind of memorize why I started in the first place. Because at the end of the day, I make content because I don't want people to suffer as much as I have, and I don't want people to suffer more than I have either. Because don't get me wrong, a lot of people have it worse than I do. You know, I don't forget about that. But at the same time, I definitely don't have as good of a life as I could have. But a lot of the bad shit has happened by this point. You know, the only real worst thing that can happen at this point is like, you know, my cousins start dying and then like I die as well. It's really like as bad as it can get at this stage. I don't know if you guys can relate with that at all. I don't know how many of you still talk to your parents and stuff if you're on good terms, but if you are on good terms with literally the people that raised you and gave birth to you, make sure you, you remind them how grateful you are for them. Because, like, I feel like we all know that nothing lasts forever. But I feel like we also all get caught up in the moment all the time. And we just like, the days drag on sometimes. And it does feel like things are lasting forever. But they still don't. So if you also have fucking parents that actually appreciate you and you appreciate them, make sure you just tell them that every here and there, hang out with them. Tell them what you're grateful for. Maybe go through family photos or something, I don't know. Because I am old enough to fucking say that if you don't, you will regret it by the time they're gone. Just saying. And sometimes that's true for people that aren't on good terms with their parents, but I mean, I don't feel the same way when it comes to that. Unfortunately. I have a very particular way of what happens when you cross the line, Like, once I hate you, I just kind of keep hating you. There's not much you can really do to change my mind at that point. That kind of boils down to, like, the second chances and whatnot. I don't give second chances often, but usually when I do, they still fuck up, and that's when I'm like, not gonna waste my time. Anyway, I'm gonna go smoke this shit real quick, and then, yeah, I don't know, we might just end it, or we might continue a little bit longer. I'm not entirely sure what's gonna happen. I know you guys like the late night stuff right now, where I just talk my fucking brain to death, but at the same time, I still do have shit to do. As much as I would love to, like, stay awake 24 hours to get like 300 subscribers, you know? I can't do that at the moment. If you guys want to pay me $10,000, maybe I could do that, but, you know. If you guys don't want to pay me enough to feed me and pay rent and invest into my future, then I just can't do things like that at the moment. Like, even right now, it's fucking, like, what, 1:30 or some shit? Yeah. Even though we're already pushing our limits here on what I'm allowing myself to be able to do, basically. So just keep that in mind, you know? I still got shit to do, especially with this other channel now. As much as I would love to keep talking all night for you guys to fucking fall asleep to my glorious voice that is fucking sounds like it's bass boosted naturally. Anyway, give me a moment here and this will determine what happens. And I hope you guys enjoy the black box talking to you, because I don't know, I guess you guys are into that for some reason. I appreciate you guys though. Don't get me wrong, I'm just doing that for humor purposes. Alright, the ghost in your walls has returned. I'm glad you guys stuck around. You probably couldn't even tell I left, to be honest. I don't know how dark it is, but I assume it's dark as shit. Be a good time for a flashbang to go off. Oh god. Anyway, we should probably finish flattening and deforesting our island here before we call it quits. But I am at the point where my brain cells are decaying in real time again. So, you know, bear with me as I try to sort this out. I remember how I was like, we should work on this spot first, because it's gonna take the longest, and we haven't even fucking started that shit yet. But yeah, well, we'll finish this and then we'll probably call it there, just to actually make some fucking progress rather than just... This is all we've done so far, is just that is all we've accomplished so far. And I'll be honest, that's not enough. That's not enough. But yeah, thank you guys for sticking around. Apologize for being on a tangent for so long. It happens. You guys don't seem to mind that it happens, though, I suppose. You guys just seem to actually enjoy it more than anything. That's why I guess you haven't heard me talk in fucking 3 years. Get to catch up on everything. Well, not everything, because still a lot of stuff I'm probably not going to talk about that as it went on the past 3 years, but, you know, we're back at least. We're back to where we started. We're back to the good old days. A fresh coat of paint, basically, you know? We are still lost, but we have evolved and developed over time. And now we actually know what the fuck we're supposed to be doing out here. We have an actual goal in mind now. Oops. For those of you that do play, though, how are you guys liking the shaders that are basically default now, pretty much? Are you guys liking it? Are you guys playing on the Nintendo Switch, so you guys probably have everything turned off anyways, just so the game can fucking run smoothly? Don't get me wrong, the Switch had some good games on it, but I'll be honest, the Switch is not aging very well. Especially when it comes to Pokemon games, man. Oh my god. Let's Go was phenomenal. It was fucking looked good, ran good, played great. Some of the animations took a little long, and sometimes the animations would be a little bugged out that they never really went back to fix, because for those of you that don't know, Pokemon games were basically like CDs for like the handheld gaming devices. So there was no updates back in the day, you know. What you got was what you got when they packaged it up. And that's kind of how they did it on the Nintendo Switch too. So like, you know, Let's Go is a remake of the original games, but it looks the best, runs the best, plays the best, is just the best in every regard. But it is a remake of the very first game. So like, you know, almost everyone has already done it or knows just about everything that happened within that time period. So like, you know, you can beat it pretty damn quickly, and you can 100% it pretty damn quickly too. But then like after that, Sword and Shield, like everyone kind of hates on Sword and Shield because like the open world zone, whatever the fuck they called it, but the wild or whatever the fuck, I don't even remember what they called it. But it was like their introduction to like the open world idea, basically. And everything aside from that was great. The open world stuff was good too, like, you know, raids were fun. Seeing Pokemon run around was kind of cool. It wasn't as popular as it is now. I mean, as populated, sorry, as it is now. Because, you know, the newer games, they have more stuff going on in them. You know, like Legends Arceus, you literally have to catch Pokemon by, like, throwing Pokeball itself. Which, fucking awesome. You know, that's literally what everyone dreamed about as a kid, was being able to just, like, do that in the wild. But as much as people loved that game, literally the best, like, story that's ever happened in a Pokemon game, even though it's kind of short if you focused on just the main story itself, but the graphics still aren't good. And everyone in the community that enjoys Pokemon, even the adults, will be like, it's about the art style, it's about the music and whatever. But like, that's That's just not the case anymore. Like, I'm a diehard fucking Pokemon fan. Like, I literally grew up on that shit. And that's really all I fucking played, and that's what most of my friend groups played growing up. But even I'm like, you know, don't get me wrong, I bought them. You know, I bought Let's Go, I bought Sword and Shield, I bought... What came after Sword and Shield? I even bought Mystery Dungeon. Like the remake to the original Mystery Dungeon games. Never fucking played it since I bought it, but I bought it. Because, like I said, I'm a diehard fan at the end of the day. But then, what were they called? I can't remember what they were called, that's how much I didn't play them. Scarlet and Violet. Yeah, Scarlet and Violet was the newest entry other than Let's Go Arceus. And I was hyped up for that game. It's the first ever open world Pokemon game where you have to actually go out, do everything yourself rather than just being in like a... I mean, I'm gonna just say this now. Pokemon, to me, has always been an open world game. Because it was the only game I played as a kid where you literally travel to different cities that are based on real world locations. Like Johto was like Japan or whatever type of thing, you know? Like, the Pokemon regions are based on real world regions. Just with a twist to it, basically. And I considered it open world because, like, no other game really allowed you to do that as a kid. He had other games that made you go through levels and whatnot, like Mario. You have your different worlds and whatnot, or like Sonic. You have your... I'm gonna fucking die right now. This is gonna be embarrassing as shit. But I don't even care. I was trying to sleep a lot, But if I die, that's fine. But anyway, I've always considered it open world. Scarlet and Violet was like the first proper open world experience, and it sucked. The quality was bad, the game didn't feel good, battling didn't feel that good. The Pokemon, I don't even think were as detailed as they were in Pokemon Let's Go. Them bitches were polished. Now, I mean, to be fair, in Scarlet and Violet, the way their designs were like more realistic. Like, they had like Pokemon with fur on them, like Pikachu, because he's a mouse. They would genuinely look like a little tree if you look at it long enough. But like, other than that, everything fucking sucked. Raids were good too. Everything after that sucked. And again, I was hyped as shit for that game. But that was the first Pokemon game, because they always come out in pairs, and sometimes they used to come out in trios. But that was the first time I only bought one of them at one time. Because I had this feeling that, my gut was telling me this isn't gonna be like the way I imagined it is going to be. And yeah, like when I played it, I just didn't like it. And I was hyped up as fuck for that shit, dude. Then I stopped playing, gave it like a year or two. Tried to come back to it again. Fucking still sucked. They added more. There's like DLC for it now, but I can't get past how fucking atrocious it is to fucking actually play it. Like, the performance wasn't even fucking smooth all the time. And things would just pop in and out, like in the distance, like over there, like shit would be popping in and out all the time. Which, I guess happens on console too. Like, it happens in fucking Fortnite on my console. If I don't have a sniper, people just kind of phase out of existence if they're too far. Which is annoying because on PC they can see you just fine. But you know, that's a bigger game with more shit going in. But the recent Pokemon games are just fucking shit. I didn't talk about BDSP either. Everyone hated that for the art style approach that they took with like the 3D, 2D models basically is what they did. But I mean, when I compare that to everything else, it's literally top 3 out of all of them. Plus, I just grew up with that generation of games anyways, so I'm a little biased when it comes to that. But I mean, you know, I went back to that and I was able to beat that game like twice. And I can't even make it to the top half of Scarlet and Violet's map, basically. Like, I did the grass gym, I did the electric gym, I did, like, the rock monster, I did the dragon, fucking, you know, like, the giant beast dudes. And I defeated, like, the dark bullies, and then, like, the fire bully people. Team Star, I think they're called. And then that was about it, and I've done that twice now. And that was just all I was really able to fucking get to. Because by that point, I'm like, I'm not enjoying this enough to fucking keep doing it. And I fucking love that shit, dude. Now, I did say this earlier. I was like, you know, it's not the developer's fault. It's 100% Nintendo's fault for... Literally, when they developed the Nintendo Switch, they 100% said, this is old technology, but it'll perform as good as, like, the Xbox 360, basically. And, you know, it was a little better. It was about, like, the Xbox One, so to speak, is what the benchmarks would tell you to believe. But then you have all these games that are trying to be so much bigger than they're meant to be. And that's where the quality problem really fucking shows up and fucked everything up all the time. No offense to them, I mean, I still love Pokemon games, but it's turned into like a Pokemon Go scenario. I don't know if you guys kept up with that throughout the years, but I think it was before COVID, I think, is when I don't remember exactly what happened, but I think this is when like they released raid passes or something. And you were supposed to be able to like join anyone on a raid or whatever. But it turned out you had to actually like be there in person to join someone. And everyone lost their shit over that. To the point they were sending like probably death threats to the fucking developers of Pokemon Go, basically. And they basically came to the conclusion as a community that if we stop giving them money, then they'll actually have to listen to us. And that's what the entire community did. They just all collectively band together to not spend money on the game for like a month or two. And sure enough, you know, the developers were like, holy fuck, our studio's about to burn down. So they, you know, they made a change. The changes didn't come immediately, you know. They changed like one big thing like the day after, like the month or two period, after they, you know, posted publicly like, we hear you or whatever. But then it took, you know, some months after that to really see the difference that people wanted. But I feel like that's what people need to do with Nintendo Switch games, especially on the Pokemon and like Zelda side of things. Like, don't get me wrong, Breath of the Wild great fucking game. I still need to go back and beat it because I did everything up to the final boss and then I restarted to do it in master mode. And then I just never got that far after that. But it's a great game. Great game if no one's played it. And then the sequel, Tears of the Kingdom, was also great. But people forget that it started as a DLC for Breath of the Wild, but then they turned it into its own thing. Mind you, it was still great. I watched the Game Grumps play it. It was good. But it was very much more of the same thing. Like, the world didn't change as much. Don't get me wrong, you can go literally under the map and above the map now. Those are literally two different worlds on their own. But, like, the actual on-the-ground world was more or less the same, basically. But the performance was also basically the exact same thing. Like, the same problems that the original game had, that game had. With things like clipping in and out, textures being weird, frame rates being fucking horrible. And it just looking the way it does. People will call it an art style, but developers, if they want to, like, if the people that made Breath of the Wild had the opportunity to do it in, like, Red Dead Redemption 2 graphics, I'm pretty damn sure they would. Because the only one I could think of that did something like that was Twilight Princess, I think.